Hello, Robert Glick here for my second video in the channel of Agnostic Bible. Can't even remember what channel I'm on. Second installment is Hierarchy of Truth. Today is Saturday, June 25th, 2016, and this is my second or third YouTube video. First, I would like to tell a little history of me and how I got the agnostic point of view. As a child of unknown age, I once heard two people talking about my grandfather Sidney, Oliver Shulam. If you don't know what that means, ask a Jewish friend. We all have one. My grandpa was a devout Jew and a well-liked person. The conversation I overheard was that when he was in Rome, he was blessed by the Pope. When asked why he did this, he said, because you never know what religion is correct. That statement left an impression on me. I agreed and came to the conclusion that all religions are equally valid and accepted all religions. What did I know? I was young. Another significant moment in my life happened in Ocean City, Maryland, a resort town not too far from Baltimore. A close friend of the family, Uncle Bob, Oliver Shulam, was driving me, my sister Cindy, and his younger son Scott in the back, and his older son Greg in the front. He posed a question: prove to me that you exist. Greg did most of the talking. He appealed to at least 3 of the 5 primary senses. You see me, hear me, and if I pinch you, you would feel me. Bob's response to each statement was that all that could be a figment of his imagination. Greg then said that others could tell you that they perceived me also. Bob's response was that other people could be a figment of his imagination too. This got me thinking. I realized that the whole world that I perceive could be a figment of my imagination. I could be floating in a dark void of nothing with a subconscious mind creating an imaginary world for my brain to interact with. Later in life, I heard the phrase, I think, therefore I am. Pondering that statement for years, I realized that all I may be is a thought. Even this physical body that I inhabit may be a figment of my imagination. Years later, I realized that even my thoughts could be a figment of someone else's imagination. This led me to change the statement to, I think, therefore something probably is. Now, if one cannot be certain of their own existence and that of the world we perceive, how can one be certain of things that we don't perceive, like God, angels, and demons? This led me to come up with a hierarchy of truth, the level of which we can be certain of the existence of something. First in that hierarchy of certainty is one's thoughts. We can be 99.99999, etc. % sure that our thoughts that we have are real. Next down on that list, and only slightly less certain, are that these thoughts are ours. We are most intimately aware of our physical bodies, and that becomes the next level of certainty, followed by everything we currently are seeing. Humans take in most of our image of the world by sight. Ironically, we get less input from touch, but that is the sense that gives us the most validity of an existence. We can easily have visual or auditory hallucinations, but once something is touched, we are most certain that it is real, as tactile hallucinations of this type are less likely. Now, once I lived in an apartment where the previous occupant was a slob. Not that I'm not a slob, but anyway, I would find roaches and ants crawling on me. After a couple of months, I left that apartment. However, even today, 5 years later, I sometimes think that I am feeling them crawl on me. I look at my arm or leg where I feel it and see no bugs. However, I still can feel it. Thus, tactile hallucinations can happen. But I digress. The next level of certainty are all the things that you have sensed in the past. Right now, you're looking at your device, TV, computer, phone, whatever, watching this video. However, the room behind your head may be a blank void. Now that you turned around to look at the room behind you, you see what you knew was there, but your device that you're watching this video on is less likely. You can hear my voice, but it may be coming out of a blank void. If you're holding the device, you can feel it in your hand, but it may only exist at the points where it touches your hand. You probably have turned back around and are looking at your device by now and see that it certainly exists. But again, the room behind you may have turned back into a blank void. You may hear the dishwasher in the kitchen as I am doing as I am writing this part, and you may feel the chair under you, although you are not consciously aware of it. All these perceptions lead you to accept that they are real. When I go back into the house that I lived in for the first 9 years of my life, I see that it still exists. The front porch that used to be taller than me and that I would climb like Batman scaling a building is now relatively small and even comically puny to me the first time I saw it as an adult. It has been a while since I've been to that house, so who knows how it has changed. If I went inside, I am sure the colors would not be the same. My sky blue bedroom may now be pink. A previous owner might have built a wall between the living room and dining room. In fact, the whole structure may have been torn down and left an empty lot or rebuilt to a new house. Still, I know that the bricks and gypsum boards that once made up my house are real because I saw them even if they are in a different state now. Next on the list of certainty are things that you have seen in pictures or heard on a record. Excuse me, this is the 21st century. I mean heard on an MP3 player. Today with Photoshop and audio editing programs, though, you cannot always be so certain. That elephant-nosed baby probably was altered to look that way. Thus, one must be careful with the things they perceive. Yes, I saw that magician make that lady disappear, but did it really happen the way it appeared to happen, or is there a trapdoor that she slid into? The next level of certainty are things that happened in the past that coincide with the reality you observe. For example, while I have nothing but paintings and stories to show that George Washington existed, I can believe that a man like him did exist and did do most of the things it is said that he had done. It is not beyond the realm of expectations that he led an army, crossed the Delaware, and defeated England and became president. I am dubious about the claim that he chopped down a cherry tree when he was young, as that seems more like a legendary creation to make him seem greater than he really was. Below that level of certainty, we get into the facts, not truths, facts, there is a difference, that defy common knowledge and experiences. I can believe that a man named Yeshua, better known in English as Jesus, that this man did exist. Although there are philosophical perspectives that doubt his existence, for the sake of argument, let's assume that he did. I do believe that most of the miracles attributed to him either did not occur, or like the magic act, occurred in a way to deceive people into thinking something more happened than the truth. He was not the only self-proclaimed Messiah or prophet that was able to make loaves of bread and multitudes of fish appear from nowhere. Even today magicians can perform these tricks. He is not the first to claim that he brought back another from the dead, or that he himself rose from the dead after 3 days. These are common myths attributed to a number of pagan gods and even Jewish messiahs. Finally, on the level of certainty, are all the things that no one has ever really seen. This includes things like leprechauns, fairies, Bigfoot, Loch Ness, and even God and the devil. I'm sure I've missed a few levels of certainty, but this is a basic structure from which we can assert our beliefs in the existence of something claimed to be real. Below this level are things that have been proven to be false, like Balloon Boy, but in reality, it is hard to prove something is false beyond 100% certainty, just as it is impossible to prove anything true beyond 100% certainty. Now, I am not claiming that I don't believe that I exist, but it is an interesting mind game to wonder how real are most of the things we think we know. Feel free to comment. I always invite mature criticism. That is how we learn. My next video is going to divert from the original two, and it's going to be a riddle called The All-Powerful God. I hope you will enjoy it, and as always, thank you for watching.